cherish the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunity. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die.
These are the utmost of sacrifices. The ideals of a free, democratic, and multiracial South Africa might have been his greatest political legacy. But this war is more than political independence.
That the task of the ANC was to unite the African people and out of them build a nation.
The battle for economic emancipation still remains to be fought with greater conviction.
Even Jesus didn't solve all the problems in his lifetime. Do we also expect one person to solve the problems? No. But what is more important is the legacy he left. We should leave it and we'll be able to solve the problems. All future generations of humanity will solve the problems.
Well, African leaders should follow footsteps of President Mandela about forgiveness, reconciliation, freedom, and togetherness, that people must come together. Whatever color you come from, no race, no gender discrimination. Mandela was exemplary in all these things. And care for one another. Africa is becoming very small, it is coming together, and all these problems will be addressed. They will be addressed collectively by the leaders of the Africa. And I believe that this thing will be done.
Born during World War I, far from the corridors of power, a boy raised herding cattle and tutored by the elders of his Tembo tribe, Madiba, as he is affectionately called, emerged as the greatest liberator of the 20th century, according to President Obama. The mortal remains of Madiba have been put on display for public viewing ahead of the burial on Sunday. Mandela's greatness does not only lie in his ability to dismantle apartheid, but his ability to reconcile a dangerously divided nation and pull it back from the brink. Kebadiba, Grts, Soweto, South Africa.
The Gambia's Honorary Consul General to Morocco Thursday paid a courtesy call on the Vice President and Minister for Women's Affairs, Dr. Aja Aissatou Sidi. Professor Raja was at the office of the country's number 2 to brief her on her cancer projects to be implemented in the country. Here is an excerpt.
Le cancer du sein n'a pas de couleur et n'a pas de frontières.
Because breast cancer doesn't have borders and it doesn't have a color.
La Gambie est mon deuxième pays. It's my second country. Je suis consul de la Gambie au Maroc.
And the consul of the Gambia in Morocco.
Alors, quand vous mettez ma bataille de longue date contre le cancer du sein et le fait que je sois consul de la Gambie, ça peut justifier largement ma venue ici pour que la femme gambienne,
considering my fight against breast cancer as honorary consul of the Gambia to Morocco, it can justify my coming here.
Pour que la femme gambienne soit sensibilisée contre ce fléau,
for the Gambian women to be sensitized on this phenomenon,
qui est en train de prendre une proportion très alarmante.
And which is taking an important proportion and which is alerting to the society.
Je suis très honorée d'être reçue par Madame la vice-présidente.
I am honored to be received by Her Excellency, the Vice President.
D'avoir l'appui de Monsieur le ministre de la Santé pour cette cause.
to be supported by the Honorable Minister for Health in this cause.
Je souhaiterais qu'aucune femme ne souffre par cette maladie terrible.
I wish that any woman doesn't go through this sickness, breast cancer.
Et si ça devait arriver, que ça soit trouvé à une petite dimension pour que ça puisse guérir.
And I wish that it can be detected early and be cured at an early stage.
J'ai été très ravie de voir toutes les représentations féminines ici présentes.
I was very honored to see all the representatives of women here when I came.
Je pense qu'elles feront le relais du message.
And I hope that they will relay the information, the message that I carry.
Nous travaillerons ensemble et on s'est mis d'accord sur une idée magnifique que je fais au Maroc depuis 2005, qui est le mois d'octobre, le mois de lutte contre le cancer du sein.
We will work hand in hand to make sure that what I have done in Morocco to observe October as the month that we commemorate World Cancer will be observed in the Gambia coming October.
The Secretary General and Minister for Presidential Affairs and the Civil Service has warned of drastic consequences for officers who are bent on leaking information from government offices. Speaking at the opening of the 8th Permanent Secretary's retreat at the Sindola Lodge in Kanilai, Mahmoud Sabali urged civil servants to renew their loyalty, commitment and dedication to their work and country. We hope to bring you details of that story in our subsequent news bulletins. After sweeping the polls in the recently held Kiang West by-election, Honorable Minyata Njai Wednesday swore to do what is required of her as a member of the National Assembly before her fellow legislators, cabinet members, and APRC bigwigs. The two-pronged program held at the National Assembly also saw the adoption of motions on conventions relating to the status of stateless persons. Samuel Ba has more on that.
Militants, lawmakers, cabinet ministers, and a cross-section of the general public Tuesday thronged the National Assembly for the official swearing of Minyata Njai, the newly elected APRC National Assembly member for the Kiang West constituency. The ceremony comes in the wake of the recently contested APRC Kiang West vacant seat, where Minyata Njai emerged victorious with an overwhelming margin. She now becomes the 5th female member of parliament, joining the deputy speaker and other colleague female members in the country. That event was swiftly followed by the tabling of the 1954 and 1961 motion on the conventions relating to the status of stateless persons before lawmakers by the Minister of Interior, Usman Sanko.
A person who lacks or has no nationality is the legal bond between a person and a state. The person not only a sense of identity, the ability to execute a wide range of status.
Sonko describes statelessness as the worst possible thing that can happen to a human being, and thus the need to addressing the situation becomes more and more evident. The majority leader and member for Serekunda is Fabakary Tombong Jatta, and minority leader Samba Jallow both seconded the motion which calls for the protection of stateless persons.
And let's reflect on the Charter and the Union of Human Rights promulgated after this, and the causes of most of this statelessness so started.
Members unanimously commended their newly elected colleague, stating that her victory was a clear choice of the people of her constituency, as they also shared their thoughts in the discussions. Speakers, including Honorable Fatumbai and Honorable Lamin Sen, believe that statelessness robs one of his nationality, and that the practice for the protection of rights of individuals has been part of typical Gambian society, and the process of ratifying both conventions is thus in conformity with the Constitution.